In this second webinar, we'll look at how modules and activities are structured and the different HeadStrong 2.0 delivery models. We'll start by looking at what the resource includes. There are 5 key components to the HeadStrong 2.0 curriculum resource, and these are all free to download from headstrong.org.au. 5 components are the Teacher Resource Booklet, the How HeadStrong 2.0 links to your curriculum document, the appendices, which includes the Student Mood Tracker Journal, and of course the HeadStrong 2.0 presentations. To give you more of a background, the Teacher Resource Booklet, which includes background information on depression, bipolar disorder and mental health, also provides all class activities and supporting teacher notes. As you know, How HeadStrong 2.0 links to your curriculum document explicitly outlines how HeadStrong links to the curriculum in each state and territory and the new national curriculum. The appendices includes all supporting materials for all the activities. A standout feature of the appendices is the Student Mood Tracker Journal. This is a student workbook that supports the entire resource. As you probably know, HeadStrong 2.0 is based around a series of illustrated presentations developed by the Black Dog Institute and acclaimed author and illustrator Matthew Johnston. These images are used to illustrate the nature, symptoms and management of mood disorders, their impacts for young people and strategies to build resilience. These presentations are the basis of many of the learning activities in the resource and provide teachers with a tool to make their classroom activities highly engaging. The presentations also play an important function for teachers as they are useful in building your own knowledge and understanding of mood disorders and mental health. They also empower you to impart content confidently and provide a stimulus for prompting conversations and exploring issues in class. Now let's take a look at what's in a module and an activity. The module and activity overview table on page 15 of the Teacher Resource Booklet provides you with a breakdown of the activities linked to each module. You will note the left-hand column identifies the activities as either introductory, exploratory, or extension activities, and the icons at the top of page 15 provide you with a background to these concepts. Introductory activities are suitable for introducing the concept to all classes, and they're a prerequisite for the other activities in the module. Exploratory activities are suitable to further explore a concept and should be taught to build a solid understanding of the concept being covered. Extension activities explore the concept in greater detail to develop a higher order understanding of the issues. Now let's take a brief look at what's included within each module. Each module has an introductory page which includes an introduction, which provides a brief overview of the rationale for learning about the content being covered in the activities, a key content table which outlines the content that will be covered throughout the activities, and finally a summary of what the evidence of learning should look like. This describes what students will demonstrate if they are successfully learning the content and achieving the outcomes. Following the introductory page is an easy to follow activity or lesson plans, and we'll take a look at what these look like now. Each activity is supported by an easy to understand framework, including a list of what you need to prepare prior to teaching the lesson and a detailed activity description. Within the activity descriptions, you'll find the following icons. We'll now take a look at each of these icons and what they mean, starting with the handouts icon on the top left. If you'd like to follow along in your teacher resource booklet, then please turn to section 3 of page 18. The handouts icon simply means what it says. The activity requires handouts. The great thing about HeadStrong 2.0 is that all the handouts are provided within the appendices. Underneath the handouts icon is the brainstorm icon. For these activities, you'll need something for recording student feedback and their ideas for the class to visualise. This could be a whiteboard, butcher's paper, or mind mapping software. The groundwork icon on the bottom left means that the class will need to be divided into small working groups to carry out the activity. The computer icon on the top right means that this activity will require multiple internet-enabled computers or laptops. The Student Mood Tracker icon indicates that these activities require students to have access to their Student Mood Tracker journals, whilst the class discussion implies that these activities are based on whole class discussions. This icon is used to indicate learning activities that require access to one or more of the HeadStrong 2.0 presentations. Now let's use all of this background information and take a look at a typical activity as outlined in the resource. If you're following along with your teacher resource booklet, please turn to Activity 3 on page 24. As you can see, the icon on the top left of the page indicates that this is an exploring activity. This means it is suitable to teach the students in order to build a more solid understanding of the concept being covered. The clock image on the top right of the page indicates that 50 minutes will be needed to complete Activity 3. So depending on your timetable, you may need to split Activity 3 over 2 lessons. You'll also note the preparation heading. This section outlines what you will need to deliver the lesson. Here you'll see that you'll need 2 of the presentations, a laptop and a data projector. The activity description clearly outlines the flow of the activity and what the activity will consist of. You recall the activity icons that we looked at earlier. You'll see that down the left-hand side of this page there is the brainstorm icon, the presentation icon and the class discussion icon. You'll also note there is a suggested time for each of these activities, and in the case of this particular activity you'll notice that there's an optional activity that you may wish your students to complete. As well as HeadStrong 2.0, the Black Dog Institute have also developed Mind Strength, a free interactive online learning course for young people to learn more about mental health and developing their levels of resilience. We'll take a closer look at this in the third part of this webinar series, but you may also be interested to note that the Black Dog Institute have also released online learning courses aimed at the people who work with young people, entitled Building Resilience in Young People and Navigating Teenage Depression. All 3 of these online resources are available at headstrong.org.au. So that concludes the second part of this 4-part webinar series.